Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so back to some career mode. Now I ended up constructing the lander for our Minmus base and for our exploration of Minmus, which I have pretty much planned this episode so we can at least get some science and just overall get some good stuff, and hopefully everything will just work out ever so nicely. So yeah, this science thing has really kind of puzzled me, but right now I think our best bet, at least for now, I think we should be okay with this lander and just kind of our exploration of Minmus. We got Mr. Bob. Oh god, there we go. Speed up, there we go. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. I'm really unsure about this takeoff and everything else, but it seems okay. I'm not sure, but it seems alright. Our last episode, I believe we got into orbit with all this stuff, so I really don't think I should be sweating too much on this. As long as this stage has all its fuel, I think we're alright. Yeah, everything's looking good. But yeah, we really haven't done much as far as the career mode, and we really haven't unlocked a lot of things, which I am kind of upset about, but at the same time, there's really just not... I'm really not good at this whole unlocking and career mode thing, and it just really hasn't gone well, put it that way. I really expected to have a lot more unlocked, which I'm hoping after this mission, or at least after this exploration of Minmus, we will get a heck of a lot more science. Now, the one thing I do know is that if I actually retrieve these modules and send them basically all the way back to Kerbin and land them and recover them, I will get a lot more science doing it that way, but I really don't want to because it's just going to take a heck of a lot more. That is a very much more engaged mission and everything else than basically just using the science module that we have to boost the science that we do gather on each one of our missions. So this is looking like it's about to die. Yeah, there we go. That is not bad at all, and we do have pretty good control. I will kind of show you guys this lander a little bit more once we actually achieve orbit, which I think we could just kind of start burning, outward more now. I really did not do that great of a landing, or really have that great of a, or not landing, but not to have that great of a takeoff. Oh, man. So, anyways, guys, this is going to take me a little bit, as you guys can see. I will see you guys once we get into orbit around Minmus. And we are back, guys, and I have made it to the station, and I am going to just dock up real quick and see if I can unload some fuel. I don't really know how much fuel I'm going to be able to add to the station, but if anything, what we will end up doing is I plan on adding at least another fuel tank to this station, and we are slowly drifting away from it, and I am not happy about that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. RCS to the rescue. Please, please get us docked up. That would be very, very nice. But yeah, I ended up planning on adding another fuel tank to the station, and I kind of don't know if I'm going to go with the same style as far as just connecting up maybe another piece like this. Otherwise, just kind of a standalone tank with maybe some solar panels on it, just so we can start generating a little bit more power in this station. Ooh, there we go. Yep, yeah, this is a little backwards. It's not exactly the most responsive module, but I did not actually put the right RC. Oh yeah, that we need to set this as a target and then control from here. That doesn't seem to be working, so we'll go switch over to Chase here. There we go. Hopefully that fixed our little problem. But yeah, no, I ended up, I'm thinking about maybe adding another tank to it or two. Hopefully we can at least dump a good portion of this fuel before we decide to actually go land, because I don't want to end up just wasting a whole ton of fuel on something that really isn't worth it. I don't really plan on adding too much more RCS fuel to it either, but we will see as time comes whether or not we will really need to be adding any more to it, because I don't really think we're going to need much. Turn off the... oh god. Yeah, there we go. Just save a little bit of RCS fuel and use the engines to burn forward. I think that works out a little bit better. We don't really need... We're pretty well lined up. I'm not really going to change much. Just kind of bring this over a little bit. That's all we really need. And just slow down. Don't want to just go flying in. It really doesn't help much. There we go. Get those docking ports. Turn off the RCS and SAS. And can we get a dock here sometime in the next century? That would be nice. Perfect. So you can see we have basically a clone of our science modules on this base. Ooh, and that it is getting a little rickety now. It's kind of shaky. So I think... oh, this is completely full of fuel. No, it isn't. So I'm going to empty out what we can, and basically with this, though, there is no docking ports on it, no command module or nothing, so we can't really save any of this, basically, which kind of sucks, but whatever, because we made it here with a fairly large amount of fuel, which is kind of upsetting, because I could have probably had this tank, basically, as another part of our station, and I could have just added it on somehow, but I wouldn't like an engine. To me, a space station does not have engines on it. The only engines that should exist are escape pods, and those, you know, that's just my opinion, though. I don't know. I just don't see the point in putting engines on a space station. That just, it defeats the purpose of having a space station to me. So let's see. Alright, yeah, we're gonna get a fairly decent amount of fuel. We're definitely not gonna save as much as I wanted, but we should be alright. How are we looking on RCS fuel? I think that is maxed out on all of these. Usually what I end up doing is I kind of just fill in all of the tanks, or I'll just kind of isolate one tank to where that one tank is empty, as instead of having like 6 tanks that are empty. So I guess I didn't do that the last time I was playing, but whatever. So we are going to be heading to the North Pole, and hopefully that works out. I really hope that works out. It shouldn't be too hard as far as setting up the nodes, but I don't know. I might have a problem here and there. Let's see. Yeah, these look all full of RCS. there is no science to be done here, so we can get out and head our way back. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there should be... Yeah, Bill and Jebidiah are on the station, so that works out pretty well. I should have switched out to, like, Bill or something, but whatever. Or not Bill, but Jebidiah. Oh, God. Yeah, there we go. Oh, my God, it's spazzing out. So we will be going to the North Pole. There we go. This really shouldn't be so bad. I don't know if... Yeah, bring this down a little. Actually, this is the hardest part, is setting up these nodes sometimes really just get annoying because they don't really ever work the way you want them to, and that does cause a lot of problems. Come on. There we go. So if I reduce speed here by a ton, that actually looks almost perfect. So, whoa, there we go. Whoa, 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 there we go. Perfect. So 140 meters a second, that actually isn't bad at all. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to probably end up doing a very slight burn here just to get us away from the station. That way we don't end up floating back to it in any kind of way. So, see you later, station. Thank you for all your services and such. But let's see. Hopefully we'll be able to unlock something here this episode. Come on. Oh, God. There we go. SAS. And I think we missed our burn by a ton, but whatever. We got like a massive engine. This is Minmus. It really isn't that big of a deal, so... I really hope you guys are liking the career mode. I know the career mode isn't as exciting as some of the other stuff I do, but I really do appreciate the people who enjoy and watch it and all that good stuff, and you know, I really do look forward to making more episodes of this as time goes on. It's just kind of a pain in the butt, at least, with not being able to unlock very many parts at one time, and things get a little stale as far as, you know, landing and going to Minmus, and you know, there's only so much that can be done, and I'm really looking forward to when they actually add other places in this game to go to besides Minmus and the moon that actually give you science. I do know that if you go to a lot of other places that you can get science by going there as well, you know, Jewel and Duna and all that stuff, but I'm waiting until I at least get a little bit more efficient engines before I start doing stuff like that. I would rather have I would rather unlock maybe the nuclear engine before I do anything like that. I think that would be a little bit better, if not easier. So let's see. I'm gonna try to land kind of close here to the center, but I don't know how much we're going to be able to get away with. Let's just slow ourselves down and just work this thing way to... This is so much easier. This engine is just way too overpowered for Minmus, which is just amazing. It's so much easier to actually land and all that stuff. Come on. So we can get Bob down. Or is it Bob? Yeah, we'll get Bob down. And hopefully he will set foot on Minmus for the first time. I really don't know if we ended up recovering him from another mission or not, or what happened, but whatever. So I'll see you guys when we get closer. A lot closer. And explosions. Amazing stuff. So I'm really glad I put these lights on the bottom of this thing. It just came to a little bit of a surprise to me on how quickly we were getting close to the surface. I really did not even think that it was going to be this close or this far away, or however you want to look at it. But yeah, so we got some lights, and I'm really glad. I'm very, very glad I put some lights on this thing. But yeah, that usually, like I think I was saying before in my regular series, or my sandbox series, that I'm like, oh yeah, you don't need lights. You don't need lights for anything. They're completely worthless. And I just decided last minute on this build that I was going to put lights, and yeah, definitely came in handy. I probably could have switched to, what is it, the like IVA, and watched the descent meter or whatever you to see when, you know, basically, or how close we were to the surface. But yeah, whatever. So it looks like we got some solar exposure, which is good. I tried to put a fair amount. I did not want to go OD on the solar panels, but we'll do some science. So I think we are, in fact, on the, what is it? We're on the North Pole, for sure. I'm not 100% certain. So we'll keep this data. We'll open our science module, or whatever this thing is called. So, a mint dessert. That is great. We will keep this data as well. Yes, yes. I'm just like trying to make sure that everything is perfect. So we'll log the temperature as well. We'll keep this data. Hopefully we can scrub out these experiments, so that will basically save a lot. We'll keep this data, and we're going to run it all through our science module once we get back into orbit. So if we take an EVA report, we'll keep this data, and we'll take a surface sample. Let go there, Mr. Bob. Alright, wow, that's actually really a pretty good lander that we got here. I did not actually think that this lander was going to be as good as it is. So we'll keep this data as well. This should get us a lot. I really don't think we can do anything else. I don't think if we run this guy, I don't think it will do anything at all. So I think it will just basically be a waste. So let's just get ourselves... Oh, God. Get back up, Mr. Bob. There we go. Come on. Come on. Grab. Perfect. Good job. Good job, Mr. Bob. So get in, and it seems like we have all the science that we can actually do. As far as I know, I don't think there's anything else. I think I'm going to put down a flag as well, just to kind of mark out where we landed. And yeah, EVA. I don't know why I keep on looking at IVA. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But yeah, with the science in general, I really don't know what I'm doing half the time. I'm just kind of like, this should work. So, put the flag down. Come on. This will be the North Pole landing. North Pole landing. You always got to put an exclamation point, just always, for everything. So come on, let's go. And yeah, so I'll see you guys when we get back to the station. And we're back, guys, and I basically got back without very many problems at all. We didn't really use a lot of fuel. No real RCS fuel was used. See, that's the one of the things that I really don't care so much about is the RCS fuel, because we don't really end up using a lot of it, and that's one of those things that I think I mention on a constant basis, that it's good to, in a way, bring a lot, but at the same time, never bring more than you need. It's just kind of dead weight for the most part. It always kind of ends up that way, at least for me. It's always just dead weight. You never really end up having... I rarely ever, on occasion, end up going, man, I really wish I brought a whole bunch more RCS fuel than what I brought with. Because it's just... one of those things that it ends up just adding weight, and you end up burning more fuel carrying around this whole big load of RCS fuel that you really don't need in the first place. I'm going to slow down a little bit. We're kind of going a little crazy here, which I don't like. I ended up kind of overburning a little bit, I think. Yeah, it just a little bit. Not that bad. But this thing isn't very balanced with the SAS, which I didn't really expect it to be, but I was hoping that we would have gotten a little bit better results than what we have right now, but yeah, what can you do? It's already launched, it's already in orbit, so I am not going to complain. Turn that off. There we go. Perfect. Now, yeah, there we go. Come on. So let's transmit some of this science, well, at least run it through the lab, I should say. So let's see. Okay, yeah, so this one can be processed in the lab. Plus 12%. Yeah, we'll do that. So this is probably going to take us a little bit longer than I hoped, but whatever. So after I process all this, I will see you in a bit. And we're at 276 science. This is beautiful. So we have some science achievements. See, I don't really know exactly how all of this stuff works. You know, as far as like the surface sample from Minmus's poles. Okay, yeah, we got this one. The mobile materials lab. I see there's a lot of the stuff I really don't know about. So we'll jump over into the technology and see what we can unlock. Now, I don't really remember exactly what it is I wanted to unlock from our last episode, but there's a few things that we are going to need, obviously. So this looks like it's mostly plane parts, so I'm not really going to bother with any of this stuff. We don't really need the satellite core. These look like landing gear, basically. Alright, this is some relatively cheap stuff. Maybe we can get away with buying two things. So I think I'm going to lean towards... Actually, can we unlock some better engines right now? Or is that... Yeah, we're going to need 300 for any of those. So maybe on our next landing we'll be able to unlock some of that better stuff. So I think I'm going to go with... I'm so indecisive. I think some more science stuff would be nice. We got the barometer. See, I don't know. We're going to have to start modifying stuff. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do these science packages, but I'm thinking about making a kind of a universal science package that I can send anywhere. That would be really nice to have. But you know what? I think we're going to go for the power. And I think we're going to stick with that because that seems like it's the best, at least for right now. That would really help out. Now, I think we can go with this as well, and then we can unlock a SAS unit, which will be a lot more useful. I'm wondering what this is going to be now. This is probably all plain stuff, basically, so I don't really know if we're going to even need that. So we initially had about 35, so we went from 276 or something like that down to basically 26, which isn't bad. We definitely got some good stuff unlocked now. We got an SAS controller. We have some other forms to produce power, which is even better. And I'm going to have to look in the science achievements a little bit more. And yeah. So if you guys like what you see here, subscribe. There's always more to come. To all you new people, welcome. And yeah, I will see you next time.